You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you. You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you. You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.
Blessings, and good morning, grand risings on this beautiful day. Shout out to Primetime Home Buyers Facebook group. I have made it my business to make sure that I come on at least once a week so we can answer some questions, make sure that we go over some pertinent topics, and continue to educate and uplift our real estate investors. Okay. As you know, my name is Lashley. I'm a real estate legal consultant. Look at my name done messed up. Look at that. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me fix that. There we go. Why they gonna go and do that? All right. So today we're gonna basically be talking about auction.com versus the tax lien investment avenue. Okay. So what happened is that we had a little technical difficulties. We did go out to the Henry County tax lien auction last week, and we did get some footage. There was a small sale when it came to the tax lien portion of that auction because there wasn't many houses that were for sale. I mean, that was still on the list. I think it was only about 2 that was left. So what we did notice, and as we always notice that they have more than one type of auction that takes place on the county steps. So I said, why not go, liberate myself and get to know a little bit about auction.com. So I did talk to a representative of auction.com, and she was not able to come on the screen. So either way, I would have had to break down some of the things she was talking about. But because we had some audio issues, we're going to just go into auction.com and we're going to fill in some of the things that she has told me about auction.com. Now, the reason why we educate our viewers and also our students on all realms of investing in real estate is because our primary focus is to educate. We give you the foundations of understanding, doing your due diligence. As noted, one of the most important things that I learned from talking to the auction.com representative was that you have to do your due diligence. There may still be outstanding liens attached to the property. So you're going to see when we go on auction.com, you're going to see some say foreclosure, and then some is indicated, I think, as, let's make sure I'm saying it right, vacant properties, top foreclosure deals, dollar bids. Okay, so we're going to get into this. Hold on, it was another. Now, and this one is bank owned, or foreclose. So that is the first two things that we're going to determine and clarify for you guys. What's bank owned versus foreclosures, okay? So let's get into the bank owned. Usually bank owned is when someone doesn't pay their mortgage and the bank actually take possession of the property because of those back money that's owed. Usually it is a warranty deed, and that warranty deed is easily transferable back to the bank because the bank hold the property as surety. So they usually don't have to go through a full foreclosure process in some states, but sometimes they do. So it's good for you to actually know the terms and conditions of your mortgage agreement, because if you miss a payment, sometimes they can move forward faster than what you expect. So with the bank owned, it highlights that the bank owns these properties. We're going to highlight that. So these are some of the bank owned properties. We're going to go into the opening bid, and I'm going to explain to you the difference between the opening bids of a tax lien auction, a deed auction, and foreclosures. Okay, and bank owned. Okay, so let's get into the foreclosures just to explain to you what is the difference. Hold on, let me see something. Bank owned. Let's go to bank owned. So I want to show you, make sure I have the right thing. Vacant properties. Let's see if it's going to go to bank owned vacant properties. So right here in this listing, as you can see, the opening bid is definitely at a higher starting point compared to what I'm going to show you with the foreclosures. So we're going to keep that in mind. Also, right here, you're going to see that this particular property, it does say bank owned. So it says first look program. Let's see, we're going to see what the first look program is. But here, I know I can see it on the listing, but I want to show you. So you're going to see the marked difference. Hold on, let me go back. Why doesn't it say bank owned on this page? You see right here with this blue dot, they say bank owned. Okay. So let's just note that right quick. And then we're going to go back. Now, I want to let you know this for information, educational purposes only. I do not represent auction.com. I am a real estate legal consultant, in which if you get into any jam ups, I'm the person that you can talk to before you go to a lawyer to say, hey, you may want to look into this and look into that, giving you some advice, but also, kind of giving you an idea of what to talk to your lawyer about is very, very important. Okay. So this is still bank owned. I'm going to see the ones that say, foreclosures. Now, this say foreclosures, yes. Now you see the difference here. Some of these opening bids are much less than the bank owned, and we're going to give here is a prime example. These are different areas of New Jersey, but this is in New Jersey. So this says foreclosure sale in person. This is $100. Then this says bank owned online. This opening bid is $175,000. So that is one of the marked difference, is the amount that you're going to come in when you're investing in properties. Now, let me give you an example before we continue to go through this website. Coming in from the tax lien or tax deed way, and we're going to start with the tax lien. The tax lien method, the end result, you don't own the house right out. There is a redemption period for the homeowner to pay you, especially if you're not buying over the counter and you're doing it in person. I.e., example, in Maryland, I would give you this, is 6 months. Georgia is 1 year. Illinois is 2 years. Okay. So that is an investment method when you go in through the tax lien way. If you are an investor and looking to get some dividends back, because at the end of this investment method, after you do your due diligence and make sure that everything is clear, you will possibly own the property, or you will get your money back with interest. That's the end result when it comes to investing in tax liens. Okay, that is the difference. Now, if you go to a deed sale, that works kind of similar to what we're going to show you here, the foreclosure sale, as well as we just say bank owned sale. And sometimes the bank allow the sheriffs to have hold those properties and have the sale the same day as you will see on the tax lien sale. So you'll see a few different auctions going on. So we're here to basically explain the difference between those auctions. So if you go to deed method, that particular way, now the deed method is, can I say, much more unsecure. I would keep in mind that if you invest in foreclosures, and as we just told you, bank owned, there still may be some liens on the property. But because the property was most freshly owned, or let's say in contact with a bank or a lender, you would assume that they have did their due diligence to the point prior to the, that homeowner securing the property and getting to this point, the background of the home. So the background of the home will be like knowledge will be more up to date for the buyer when it comes to the foreclosure sale in the bank owned. Does that make sense? Now, if you go in the deed method, there's not saying how long ago that these mortgages have started on these homes. Usually, when it's a deed, that means that it may not be a mortgage attached to it. Usually, 9 out of 10, it does not. Okay. So, you would, one, have to do your due diligence on any liens that is attached to the property. You want to know if it's anything outstanding. People, you have to put a notice to remove those liens, because when you're ready to sell that property or probably get a mortgage on there to build, get a builder's mortgage or builder's loan, those things have to be clear, because to get those conventional loans, you need to have a title search done and insurance. Now, that's why I explain to you. People are like, oh, title, you don't get a title insurance, that you can't buy the property, you can't do stuff, you can't sell it. You can, but it makes it a more secure transaction, because this third party, which is the title company, will not only do a thorough check on the property, but they will insure it in times when the property is transferred. They ensuring that everything is clear and that seller is okay. So does that make sense when we explain the difference between the foreclosed property, the bank owned property, the deed, of the property that's in the method of being sold via deed, or tax liens? Tax lien is a investment avenue slash property acquisition method. Does that make sense? Okay. So now, please hit the like button. I appreciate you for being here with us. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We're also going to share with you where we have a few free webinars that you can join on demand. We're going to show you that. So let's get into the foreclosure homes. Okay. So foreclosure homes, we're going to look into this. You're going to see that at the bottom of this is the requirements through the auction.com. Okay, because we're still highlighting auction.com platform. Is this a cash only? Conventional finance is not accepted for this property. So some of these properties would, some of them won't, especially when it comes to foreclosure, because you're going to see that the foreclosure is not going to be used. Sometimes you're going to see that is it conducted by auction.com, or you contact the foreclosure person. So here it says, yes, auction.com will conduct the sale in person. So this is going to be done in person. Download the app for the real-time update and time saving. So this is going to be put up by auction.com. But if you are interested, this is the foreclosure contact information, RAS, Citron LLC, New Jersey. So if you want, and I'm not, this is for information educational purposes only, before whatever sale takes place for this particular property, you may be able to put a bid down with this person. As you can see, this is a LLC. Okay. Now, How this LLC received this home is different foreclosure methods. I mean, I would assume that they possibly got it through a deed sale, and now they have them under the foreclosure contact, because usually for people who own foreclosure homes, either they buy for foreclosure sales and resell them, or they buy from a deed sale and resell them. So when you see here on auction.com, it's saying that they're going to have this on the auction, this particular property, but they have the contact information semi for you. Broker co-op offered. No broker agent commission is offered on this. So now let's just go to, that's foreclosure. Let's go to a bank on one. Let's see. Is this all foreclosure? Let's go to the bank owned properties, okay? And you go to the bank owned properties. Should have the blue. Now you see right here, opening bids are higher. They look higher, definitely, because they want to make their money back. And usually it's the money that's owed to them. By law, in most states, when the bank owns this property, they can have to start the price, or they are prompted to start the price for the back owned monies, and then it moves up. They would love to sell a property closer to the fair market value, but because of laws in different states, they vary, but a lot of them are pretty similar, that the bank cannot auction the property less than the amount that's due to them. And some of them have, I don't think they have a cap on how much they can sell closer to the fair market value. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bid can go all the way up to 200,000. And that's one of the things that was verified from the lady from auction.com. She said to me that the bids can go far above the fair market value. And I just looked at her like, okay, that don't sound too well for me as an investor, but you are the one that's bidding. We are the one that's bidding. So that means that you have to know where to stop. You have to know when your budget, when it's going to make sense. Okay, so this one is a bank-owned property. Buyer's premium. Winner will not be charged a buyer's premium for this property. Cash. Conventional finances is not acceptable. They don't. First look program, yes. Sold only to buyer who intends to live in the property or approve entitled until 11/27. Comes with some stipulations, huh? You see that? Oh, that's why you gotta look in detail. That's something that I would love to ask the representative for. Maybe these are stipulations that they add to these properties. That's wild right there. Interior access is not available for this property, and the broker is not available. So they don't have a contact person. So most likely, because it's the bank saying that they're going to have the auction. Okay. And it's going to be part of the auction. Let's look at another bank on one. This opening bid. I wonder why this opening bid. It most likely is probably because this person got to be back on taxes. The value of this home has to be more than $150,000. And this is what I want to tell you. This is why it's good to do your due diligence and cross-reference. You can go into the tax assessor's office, find out the exact amount of back taxes, how the taxes increase for this property. You can compare the parcel map to the GIS map to the Google map. Also, you can also go to like realtor.com, pull it up, find out the assessed value, estimated or assessed fair market value, and compare it between platforms. And this is things you're supposed to do before you invest. This is part of doing your due diligence. Okay, so this gives you more information. It's like we're looking at realtor.com. It looks like this bid is open. It started yesterday, today at 8 a.m. And it is over November 13th. Okay, first look period. I guess you can look at it the 27th. Opening bid is $150,000 with increments of $50,000. Okay, so this is to the people who have a base of finances excuse me, to go in and offer a good lump sum of money. And I'm going to say, in contrast, when you're doing blessings to you guys who's in the chat. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions, again, we are live today for the next hour or so. I'm going to be here once a week, open to answer some questions for you, whatever you want to, and if I don't know it, I'll definitely forward you the information that you need, because the foundations of what I do is educate and also research, because things are always changing. You have to stay up to date. You need to know where to get the resources. So what we do with our program, we put you in a real estate state of mind. We give you all of the foundations that you need to be successful and safe. Okay, so back to this, they're saying open bid is $150,000. I would assume that is because this person has to be back in taxes about that much. It has to be, because the banks usually sell for the amount they start to open a bid, the amount that the taxes are due, like the payments, the mortgage payments and everything. So with the bank, is the mortgage payments, the taxes, everything. You see what I'm saying? So let's see. What else we got? We got another bank on one, opening bid. This is in Jersey, a 4-bedroom. And we're going to go into, let's see, we're going to go into, I think it's bid for assets. I'm trying to remember. Hold on. I'm going to see, can we go into a tax lien? County tax. Yes, bid for assets. We're going to go into bid for assets, and we're going to review that website. So this is going to kind of be like auction.com versus tax lien, and we're going to be on the online avenue, because tax liens and deeds are sold in person at auctions and some over the counter, but then some counties use host, as well as, just like what we're showing you, some lawyers use host for their particular foreclosures that they have to offer the people, because they don't want to have to deal with all the rigmarole themselves. They will send it to auction.com. Banks will do the same thing. We'll send it to auction.com. And we go for bid for assets. When we show you that website, that's literally counties that have joined this website and allowed them to host their actual tax lien sales online. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm glad I remember that. Let's see. So this home right here is about $250,000. They have comparables, so that's good. That's what I do like auction.com, because it has a lot of information. Click through, so you can kind of just click through and find things. So the open bid is $35,000. The assessed value, which I said compare and contrast, about $253,000. Now you have to keep in mind that this is a 2-day auction. So I would assume that they let you know if you was outbidded, and then you want to go up throughout the 2 days, throughout the time. And as I mentioned to you, this actual property could go for more than $253,000, depending on how high the bids go and how high some people want to go. Okay, it's you guys that have to know when to put the stop on. So that was a bank owned. Let's go back to the foreclosure, and then we're going to go to bid for assets. We're about 17 minutes in. If you have any questions, just let me know, and then we'll go to the other website. Okay, bank owned. I went to this $1 opening bid, and I don't think they have any properties there. We'll go into that. Very clickable. To participate, you have to download the app, and you can participate from anywhere in the world. So this is the bank owned. So again, they must be starting from the opening bid. Let's see what else with the bank owned down here. Look at that. This opening bid for a $410,000 home is $150,000. Okay. Now, I don't want to discourage people who don't have the money, because what we have to do is envision and have a plan, start to really strategize. And that's why I educate you about the different avenues to get into real estate, because a lot of people are locked out. So if you feel like you're locked out by way of monies or way of credit, there is another method, and we're going to get into that. That's the tax lien deed and or tax lien. Yeah, tax lien or deed process. I do apologize. Let's look at one more home out here. It's not bad. Where is this? Elmira, New York. Just a little home. 940 square feet. It must be little properties out here. Um, you have a map. They have map comparison. And now that's the good thing about this website. Everything is there. And that's the blessing. But you also need to know what you're looking at and what you're looking for. That's why it's important to be educated, because you can see all of this and it doesn't make any sense to you. You'll just be clicking and clicking. You know, when you could get a live area view map of this through the GIS map that's offered in that particular county and get a live view. And then if you're far, you're like, oh, you see this right here? You can see some things wrong with this house. You know, and you may can see a hole from the back because the GIS view is like the most live up to date. So you can see that you're going to have to do some work on this property. So some of the things you want to keep in mind is the expenditures that you're going to have to spend afterwards. Look, you already know this property going to need some siding, possibly wood. It looked like some decaying wood. You got to pay attention to details. Look at that. The wood may need to be changed. So you may got to think about termites, water damage, safety. Look at it. Definitely need steps here. You know, so if it's like this here, you may think that the structure inside may be a little questionable, especially if you can't get there. Because this property is vacant, the thing that I can recommend that you go to the property if you're in the area and or have a realtor go to the property. Have some type of boots on the ground so you can get a visual. If not, that GIS map is good for you, okay? So this is some of the things you want to start looking at. And when it comes to investment margins, let's look at it. Okay. The assessed value is $67,000, and you a builder. You know, you're a person that likes a fixer upper. It looks like another home next to it is abandoned. So that says to me, oh, you know, you're like, oh, this is junk. This is but this may be in an opportunity zone. This may be in an area in New York that has an opportunity zone that may give you some funding. You want to look into the resources as well. If you're into buying, flipping, you know, and renovating, opening a line of credit. Now, everyone can't do that. And that's why we're going to get into talking about the beauty of tax liens and tax deeds investment and why I stress it. Okay. Now, there's so much we can go through on their website, as you notice, for information, educational purposes only. I just wanted to show you what they had to offer. This is top foreclosure deals. Let's see why. Wow. This is all locations. Ooh, they got a lot. It's like a mountain up here. And okay, in New York. Open the bid to be determined. To be determined. So those things you got to keep your eye on. They don't have the value. They have a lot of homes in New York that's under foreclosure. Wow. Wow. Maybe the American people could get some of their property back if they go through these foreclosure sales. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to find a way to get back in the market. Wow. This is not bad. This is Forge, New Jersey. This is New Jersey. $100 to entry bid. Middlesex. I wonder how much this is foreclosure. Okay. I wonder why they started it so low. Usually it's the back monies that's due. All right, cash only foreclosure contact. Yes, you probably can make a bid directly to KML Law Group. They probably hold a lot of properties. That's why. And to get people interested, they put it at $100. That has to be like a marketing type thing. Lawyers own this property. Law group own this property. I'm telling you, sometimes what end up. That looks so familiar. That I caught deja vu. Sometimes what happens is, and I want to give you a heads up. This is how I learned a lot about tax liens and deed investment. I learned from a lawyer. A lawyer owned this, and you're like, how the hell did this law group own it? So a little secret behind this is that lawyers sometimes get entitled or titled to the property when some people are under foreclosure. So what they'll do is come up with a contract with a law firm. Lawyers do this all the time. Will say, "Hey, we will basically put up the money in trust and have this act. Let's say have it under our name until you're able to pay for your back taxes or whatever you need to pay, and you have a certain time frame. Basically, this transaction gives the homeowner, in whatever situation they're in, it could be a tax deed, lien, deed. Most likely is when it's about to convert to a deed. They'll try to do this, or before the lien is actively on the roster, or at the point where the mortgage company is owed money, and then the law firm will front that money, and then they will hold title to that property. Does that make sense? So that's how I learned. The lawyers that I dealt with actually did this. They noticed the ones in Maryland, they hold property and title, and then they get in the market and have so many property and titles under their trust that they just basically give it to what you saw auction.com to bid it off. So I was like, why is it $100? Because usually it's the back money that's due. Either it's from the mortgage payment or from the taxes, whatever it is. They usually start there. But the lawyers, private investors have the by law right to sell it at whatever increments they want to. Granted, that it has to be over a dollar for it to be considered a sale in most states, unless you're just transferring property over. Okay, so that's how the lawyers own property and able to even make their property look more feasible. You're like, oh, $100. I was like, why is $100? Ooh, ooh, ooh. So to get you in there, other people, and they may settle for a little bit less because they have so many on their portfolio. And this is true. This is a true story. So bid for assets is something that I have showed you guys prior. I went over this website. I love it. I forgot what states are they connected to. All the states. All right, so it seems like bid for assets has their hands on all of the states, but it's not all of the counties. Georgia, because Georgia, they only have 11 auctions that they host. This is going to tell you what auctions they host. Because Georgia got like 50 something, 60 counties or something like that. So this is Georgia. These are the sales that they host, as you can see. Macon, Waynesboro, Townsville, Lawrence. Redeemable deeds. Notice of sale. So they work with Savannah, Decatur, Athens, Sanders. Let me see something. Notice of sale, making bid, live, sell 24-hour deeds. You know what? Okay, so you know that I'm just getting into this a little bit more because it made me think how Macon got to bid for assets, because Macon actually hold their property. I'm sorry, their tax lien sales in person the first Tuesday of every month, like every county. But as you can see, that this is deeds, and you're like, how did they get a deed? Now it could be, and this is just my synopsis from my knowledge, is that when tax liens are not sold, they sit in loop. And then after a while, they advance according to state law and advance to a deed because so much is owed, and they could be able to take full possession of the property as the county. The county is not in the business of owning property. They want these properties filled. As you know, when we went into Macon, when we did, I think I have that video up there, they were holding two cells. They were holding a separate cell, and I forgot the name of it. In their foreclosure sale, like two circles. But the first separate sale wasn't deeds. It wasn't called a deed sale, but they were saying that these properties titles was clear. The opening bids was $5,000, and they were specialty picked by the county already to make the transaction easier. So sometimes these counties create different programs to housing programs to help offset the load of homes that they're holding in their inventory. So I would assume the properties that advance to a deed, because they held it so long, that they offer it here. Because this is 24 hours. I'm like, what is this? Okay. So this is information, text sales, additional information. Bid Assist is providing this notice of sale strictly as a courtesy to our users. Bid Assist is not conducting this public auction, nor are we affiliated in any way with this sale. Okay, so they just put this for information. Because I'm like, why do they got their stuff up there? But this can be connected to what I just explained to you. So this is probably used for advertising because they have two different type of auctions up there in Macon. And one start at a base of $5,000 or $10,000, whatever the amount that they want to start it. But the tax auction, the tax lien auction starts at the amount of back taxes and fees that's due as of the day of the auction. So I'm explaining to you the different ways that you can get into real estate. There are so many different ways. You don't need to feel like you're locked out. You're not locked out. You just have to be creative, pay attention to these different methods and learn them. So as you can see, they hold two different ones depending on the amount of money that you have to invest. Let me just break this down to you. My recommendation: when you're going to foreclosure sales, you're going to have to come in with, I'm going to say at least $50,000 to acquire a good home and have, a good property and have probably a little bit buffer to keep afterwards to mitigate any factors that come up. That's the foreclosure. Okay. Now, if you're going into, what do you say in the foreclosure, the bank owned, you're going to know by one, you don't have to only go on auction.com. You can actually go to that local newspaper and look at the announcement section. And in the real estate announcement section, it will make announcements because they have to announce by law that they have these properties up for sale. This is the situation when it's going to go on auction. That's notice to the person and notice to the public. This is another way that you gain this information where you can call usually not the bank. The bank will have the lawyers as representation for them in that particular capacity, or agency. They're offloaded just like this. And you will call them and say, hey, I see that this is in the newspaper this week. Can I put, they say $25,000 is owed. Can I pay $50,000 to get it off at the auction? And the lawyer will be like, okay, because they'll get more than what is owed to them, or, they're not looking to hold that property. So this is some of the ways you can find properties before they actually get on websites like these, because it's the same method with deeds, foreclosures, bank owned, they all have to advertise it. So this is a form of advertising. So that was good to know. That was good to know, because I was like, what? Why is making up there? Because I know that they do this in person. So here, let me just go back to the home page. So here, any state that you're interested in, this is county tax sale, the sheriff sale / foreclosures. So they host sheriff sale / foreclosures. So they kind of like a competitor for auction.com. Because I had mentioned something like this, and she was like, well, everybody try to do it, but we're the biggest. I was like, no, I'm just educated. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. So for Philadelphia sheriff sale, maybe it's something significant why they have it separate from all the sheriff sale / foreclosure. Federal and state local governments, we're going to see what that's about. Bank-owned property, so they do the same thing, have bank-owned property, okay? Sheriff sales can be, sheriff sales usually are the host for the county. So they just call them sheriff sale because those are the people that host it. Don't be confused, okay? Sheriff sale is like a deed sale. Does that make sense? And sometimes the sheriff office actually do the tax lien sale. So you just need to know what entity is doing it and what they're auctioning off, because different states do different things, and sometimes different counties do different things. $1 no revenue auction. I meant to show you that on the other website because they didn't have no list. The auction.com didn't have none. Cherokee Village. Where is this? Lake Omaha. This is $1. Let's see. It must have started at $1. Started 3 hours ago. All right. So most likely this is not a tax lien. Most likely this is a deed. The bid login for status in progress. You know, I'm not logging in. It's a private auction. So it's a private owner who paid them to do this. You see what I'm saying? The annual taxes is $120. How big small is this property? Oh, you see that? They highlighted it. That's good. Like this look like a zoning map. This is like a good map. And then you can look at the tax assessors map and compare it. Drive. Okay, and that's good. It looks like you got access to road because that's some of the things you want to look at. It looks like it got an access to road. Can y'all see it? Oh shoot. I'm all looking at them. Let me show y'all. When I clicked on it, see, this is a good host to look at too. Look at that. Y'all see that? It looks like it has access to road. So these are some of the things you want to look for when you're looking at the map, looking at these things. Also, it has some information here. When y'all looking at these zoning maps, the maps that you'll get from the archive department that holds this in some counties, you read this, you'll see what's attached to your parcel. If it's any easements, if it's anything going on, it will be right here. It will give a description. To cross-reference your description that you have on the deed, most current deed, you will look at this information right here. And this is a description, and you want to cross-reference. You can do this and not own the property. I'm giving you some keys on how to be safe. Is it some things I do? I'm like, all right, because I have a portion of the program to teach you how to read the deeds. So you're like, wow, I have to read the deeds, and this all crazy. They be having crazy coordinates, all types of stuff. But at least you can get the width of what it is, what it means, because it talks about basically the location of it when it comes to the description. You want to compare it. You want to make sure that everything is up to date. When you're ready to sell this property or do whatever you need to do, all the paperwork is good and there's no estoppels that you have to clear up. You can look at that by cross-referencing some of the information that's right here before your eyes that they gave to you. So that's great. Let me get back to that page. Let me get back to the page for bids for assets. So now we're going to bid for assets. So we're doing bid for assets versus auction.com. Dun, 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 dun. So they get, what else pictures is? They got a lot of pictures. Let me see. Oh, they got what is that? Okay. Let's look at it. It's another picture. Look a little different, but that's good. That's what make it good. They allow you to do your due diligence on these websites. You see what I'm saying? And you want to know what you're looking for. That's why we offer the program. Now here is like a GIS map. Now we don't know how up to date this is, but at least it shows you where the property at. And you may have some idea that it's some roads here or something. Okay. You see what I'm saying? There is some way to get to this property. That's the most important thing, that you want to be able to get to your property, get to your possible investment. So that's great. You could compare and contrast both sides. What else they gonna be? They ain't playing. This is great. They did great. They gave you, and when you're buying from individuals, such as like, I'm gonna show you. I'll probably show you my listing that I have. I have a listing for a property, and it should be different ways to view that property if you have a truthful and honest seller. Okay, so just like this website did, that's what you're supposed to do. If you're a seller, you're supposed to be transparent, showing a property from different views, i.e., you're going to do the parcel view, that white and black view. Then you're going to do the GIS view. That's going to be live almost. You can do a little video clipping, zoom in. These platforms allow you to do that. You can use what's on realtors.com and compare and contrast. Okay, so this person, they had their little sales thing here. So yeah, because I'll be selling, so I'll be having to come up with some catchy stuff like land next to beautiful residential park, and it'd be a little park, but it's a residential park, amazing for the kids. Okay, so it says next to the town. Also, the Lake Omaha is less than 15 minutes away from Hardy, Arkansas. Yes, and it is also close to Fulton County Hospital and the Walnut Ridge Regional Airport. So it's giving you more information. That's good. And you want to know what the commodities around, what's accessible. You see what the first thing I said is some roads there. And now you know if it's roads and the homes close to the property and there's no home there, like it's just land, you may have a perkable land. You may have something that's perkable. You know what perkable means, guys? All right, I'm not telling you guys. You put it in the description. So it says here tax lien schedule. So this is where you can find more information about the list of tax lien sales that's coming up. It gotta be more than that. Auctions for 2025. California, Wyoming. What's today? Okay. You know that this they don't host all of the tax lien sales. I'm like, that's not all of them. They don't host all of them. That's I was like, that's not all of them. But some states do theirs monthly. They do theirs the first week of the month, the second week of the month. Some do it yearly, their tax lien sale or D sale. Some is yearly. Some it depends on how volume. Some have to postpone their sales between because they don't have enough property. So this is the calendar that they do have available. Okay, that's if you want to sell something. I like that. I'm going to show y'all the platform where I sell some properties at. Let's see, what's that? Oh, that's what we just looked at. Sheriff sale foreclosure. Let's see what that looked like. So they have information about Florida counties. Now, y'all remember what I told you about Florida, guys, right? Florida is a what? A hybrid tax lien sale state. Florida is one of the complicated states that's up there. As you know, it starts off by bidding off their tax lien, allowing you to vest interest in that tax lien. And then when it gets to the 2 year point, that tax lien advances into a deed as per the process of the state law. Then these counties would re auction off that same deed basically connected to the tax lien that you're invested on an auction in an auction. That's why I call it hybrid. So what end up happening is that you who have vested interest in that property as a lien holder need to be on task to make sure that you are there for the deed sale. Or you can just talk to the county and say, I'm going to purchase it for the deed amount. That's how they make money. This is how Florida makes their money. So they have the sheriff sale. That's when they advance. Okay. And then sheriff sales can come from seizures as well, things like that. They have some. I can't verify sheriff sees whole properties from like drug busts, but that's something maybe I need to look into. So Louisiana Parish, Oklahoma counties as well. They're holding their sheriff sale. You can go into the ones they have and get in there. And the first thing I will say is do as much research as possible about the state. Start out with Florida tax lien and deed process. It's not and deed or deed process because it advanced. And then you go into the county practices. Do not go into any state, especially if you sit home from your computer and just put money down when you haven't seen it or you don't know the end result. Please. That's why it's important for you to do your due diligence and take the buyback program. Okay. All right. So, share sale, real estate. How many were we at? Oh, 43 minutes. All right. We almost coming to an hour. If you have any questions, you can let me know. What is this? They sell art too? Let me find out. Bid for assets trying to expand. Oh, snap. They selling all types of stuff over here. I guess, I don't know if these repossessed things. I don't know where them come from, But I know if bid for assets, I will hope these are legal. Look, financial instruments. So, oh, that is so great. Look at that. Before we go into what are we supposed to go into? Okay, I was just gonna close off and just show you a little bit what's going on our website, what's going on with our program. But here, this is great. This is another way that you can make money, guys. Okay. If you don't know, now you know. You can invest in a tax lien and you actually can sell the tax lien for a little bit more. Yes, you can. Tax lien on mobile home in Douglas. Tax lien on vacant land in Eloy. Tax lien on vacant land in um, Phoenix, Arizona. Starts at $750. Do you see what I'm saying? You can resell your tax lien investment that you invest in here for bid for assets. So you don't even have to go through the method of foreclosing on it or whatever may be it is for you to redeem the property. Everybody who invests in tax liens don't always want the property. That's why I like tax lien investment, because it is an investment avenue that yields interest depending on what the amount is, depending on the state and how much time has went by for redemption. But you still get more than what you started. Or you can take that property, that lien, your vested interest, and sell it. Lien on vacant land near downtown Philadelphia. Now, I'm going to do a little bit more details about bid for assets, procedures for that. I think I got a lien I want them to sell. But you never know. So this is bid is in process. The current bid is $1,200. Where is the information about this property? I guess maybe if I was logged in, I probably could see more about the property because I can't see it. View seller's other item, ask seller a question, add to wish list. This is the address. Parcel information here. It's in Phoenix, Arizona. So that's good. They give you the information here. What is real property tax liens, also known as a tax lien certificate. They educate you about the tax lien, what it is, what happens if the lien is redeemed. It's telling you what will happen. You're going to get some money back. How is the transfer sale of the lien process? This is amazing. More auction information. This seller did a great job. Shout out to this seller. Because you can sell financial instruments here. I love this. Don't you like this? Oh, this is so diverse. There's so many ways you can make money when you educate yourself. We're gonna have to revisit this right here. Okay, I like that, and we're gonna go more into the process of how the transaction goes, because they have to transfer your lien, basically your right to that lien over to the buyer. So they transfer instruments. You see, I know I'm smiling. I'm all happy, like, oh, that is even better. They have experience since the last time I did a live on them. So I'm gonna actually do another live on them coming up soon. Okay. It says tax liens take time, tax deeds, you get the property if you can afford it. Yes, ma'am. You can, and you get the property as is, Lauren Murphy. So, my main thing is safety, safety, safety. Make sure you're getting a good property. Make sure that, things haven't changed when it comes to the land. We have had a lot of natural disasters, a lot of people who have been in debt. So that means that is a possibility of more liens that can be attached. Just because it's a deed don't mean that it don't have no liens attached. So that's the importance of taking these type of seminars. So not only do we have a course, intro course, and a full course, we have numerous seminars for you guys that we offer. Okay, these seminars are greater than 4 hours. They are on demand. You can take your time and go through them. You have access to them forever. A lot of them comes with extra PDFs at the bottom, resources for you guys to actually learn about the subject matter. So Georgia tax lien sale breaks down the process in detail. I give you some county information about Clayton County, and you know we're going into Georgia. We're doing Georgia right now. GIS and land surveys. You want to be able to read it, understand it, know where to retrieve it, cross-reference that information. Foreclosure seminars. Now, foreclosure seminars, I did have somebody get confused. I don't know if they looked at the content, but I don't teach you to go to foreclosure sales like what I just showed you right now, which is pretty simple. What I do is teach you the steps of foreclosure so you can understand if you have to do a conventional foreclosure yourself, depending on what state you invest in. That can be a state like Maryland. It is literally a 6 to 8 month process after the 6 months for you to obtain that deed in your hand. Okay, so it goes through this process, but it also educates you about what is judicial versus non-judicial foreclosure, all the keys you need to know about the mechanics. Okay, so you can know how to apply it. And I will go into the foreclosure process details. What are they looking for? They're going to locate wills, estate information, bankruptcy information. These are bonuses that I add to this so you guys can understand that this is certain avenues that you want to keep your eyes on. So when it's time for you to foreclose on a property, you understand everything you need. Okay. It also comes with a bonus of understanding federal liens. There's a lot that I offer here, but I want to actually show you some of the free. Okay. We have some free seminars for you guys. I know you guys love free. So we do have some up and coming seminars. I smiled because my sister's seminar is coming up actually tomorrow. She has a live event coming up in Atlanta. Let me put her on the screen, Ms. Nia. Mobile Home Ministries. So we will be doing a duo. That's my ticket. We will be doing a duo together. We're going to be putting ideas together where I educate about tax liens, deeds, foreclosures, and how to get the land. And she teaches you how to build on it, actually put properties on it. Her focus is mobile homes, but I do know that she has a lot of resources, and she'll probably be able to consult with people who don't only do mobile homes as well. I think she's expanding her ministry, and definitely she has been into the real estate industry for 20 years now. That's my big sis. So that is what she's having tomorrow, November the 12th. I'll put that information at the bottom of this video if you're in the Atlanta area. So these are the events that we're hosting. Primetime Home Buyers. I need to go to my event page. You at the back. You in the back though. Okay. So I'm gonna go to my event page. Hopefully I know how to do it. Okay. Promote your events. No. Hold on, y'all. I'm still trying to go to my event page. Don't look at my sales that I just did. I'm grateful for it. I have a lot to offer here. Events. Let's see. I do apologize. All right. So these are some of the events that I host. We just put new events up there. So we're having Get Started Investing in Tax Lien and Deeds. It's an introductory seminar that we offer. This introductory seminar is free. It is on demand. These 3 seminars that we host, I need to look at it a different way, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know how to look at these things in a different way. So this is what you'll see when you go to Eventbrite. This one is actually $7.99. I do apologize. This is on demand every day at between 6 and 7 p.m. It breaks down the information of what you need to know. What's a tax lien or tax deed investment? It is about a 2-hour seminar for the people who are new. We do have our real estate sold over the counter seminar, and that is free. I believe that's about a 45-minute seminar. And yeah, it is free seminar. It's on demand every day at 9:30. Well, actually on Mondays at 9:30 and 2 p.m. So this one is on Mondays. So you'll sign up and you'll get a notification. Most likely because it's on demand, they allow you to just get to it. Hold on, am I showing y'all? I'm still showing y'all the thing. I'm jumping from thing to thing. Here we go. I do apologize. Nobody will let me know, but this is the event that we're having. This is the free on demand. So all of these that I'm showing you right now is on demand. We have 2 p.m. and 9:30 sessions on Monday. Real estate sold over the counter tax lien sale educational seminar. So I give you the foundation is what a over the counter sale is, what it consists of, how to get started. You can, after you watch that seminar, you're going to be able to contact a county, get the list, and move forward if that's what you want to do. But we always ask you to do your due diligence because it's dangerous for you just to go in and actually just purchase these properties without doing your due diligence. So let me just show you. This is other seminars that we have, the over the counter, getting started in tax liens and deeds introductory seminar. And we also have an in-person event coming up. No, we also not in person. Don't be my butt. My sister gonna get me. She gonna say, don't take it back. Don't take it back. We actually have it alive online, just like this session where we're going to be talking about assets versus liabilities, and that's coming up the 20th, and that's free. That's what you see here. It is assets versus liabilities. Hold on one second, y'all. Can y'all see it? Hold on. I'm switching pages thinking y'all can see it. This is it. We have a lot of free things to give. And also we have things that, I really think that you should take your time and look into and purchase, because once you purchase it, that's when you know you're serious. People attend a lot of free seminars, information sessions, and they don't take that information and embed it because they didn't pay for it. But when you're serious, you will do what you have to do, get that information and move on it. So these are the events that we're having just to show you. You can find this on Eventbrite. Getting started in the tax lien and deed introductory seminar. This is on demand. These are on demand. Real estate seminar over the counter is $9.99. It's about 2-hour seminar on demand. Real estate sold over the counter tax lien educational seminar is free. It's free. And then we have another seminar coming up, Secure Your Financial Energy, Assets versus Liabilities. That's to the new people who need to know what assets is versus liabilities, but it's not going to be conventional because guys, I like to spice it up and make it make sense. So we're gonna get down on that one. Okay, so check us out on Eventbrite. Check us out on our website. Everything will be on the description. Also check out my sister. She's having her event tomorrow in person. We'll leave that information down in the description for you guys. If you're out in the A, come on down. If you have any questions, I ask for you to ask me now. Forever hold your peace until next week. Most likely I'll be coming back on Wednesday next week. So you'll catch me some Mondays live, and then you'll catch me some Wednesdays live. And then when we have the information session that we have once a month, the Q&A, it is the first Sunday of the month, every 3 weeks. We will be doing that live as well. Okay. So I want to say thank you for being here with Lashley. I hope you learned a lot. We compared and we contrast. We're going to put both platforms on the website, auction.com. And we're also going to put bid for assets up there. I hope you understand the difference between the two investment avenues. It's more than two. As you can see, we told you about the bank owned, the foreclosure, who owned what, why, how did it happen, and then we talked about the deeds versus a tax lien, and how tax liens can actually just help you be an investor. You don't have to always acquire the property. So we're going to get into another part of bid for assets where you can sell financial instruments. Okay, so you'll be looking forward to that. We're going to get into making your money make money for you. You don't have to take the property. You can sell the financial instrument. I love Bid for Assets. They did a great job on expanding their platform. So until Wednesday, I hope you guys have a great week. We will be dropping a short video about Fulton County, because I think that is the next county that we are going to highlight. I did go to their auction sale, so I got some clips from there, and the sound is good. But we're going to go into some of the controversy that's going on with Fulton County and its actual tax lien sales, the process. They're talking about gentrification and all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get into it. I want to say thank you for being here with me today. You have a beautiful day. And remember this, guys. Listen close.
You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're going to do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.
The real estate market often seems like a distant world where only an elite of experts is successful. In a time of so much uncertainty in the air and bad news, realist investing can seem intimidating. But today, I want to tell you that if you make the right decision today, you can enter the real estate market from the back door. Bad credit record? No credit at all? Do you dread the idea of having a home loan? Do you dream of owning investment properties? You are in the right place and right time, because we have created a program which is a tax lien and deed investment online course of only 14 hours. This course is specially designed for people like you who have big dreams. You will learn at your own pace and everything from your home computer. This is your chance. Join our membership for $19.99 a year. What are you waiting for? Visit our website primetimehomebuyerBuyback.org and sign up today for course access.